Alright, so in this video, we are going to compare Apple Intelligence-enabled Siri on the Macs to Microsoft Copilot on Windows 11 to see which one can better communicate or better to see which one is the better chatbot, essentially. I will put in the same prompts on each and evaluate how their responses compare and contrast and see which one's smarter or dumber. Let's get into it. Alright, so here's my first query. It is to summarize this draft email in one paragraph. So what it's going to do when I hit the return button, it is going to send this email to ChatGPT as a screenshot because I can't directly attach this through Siri. I'm going to hit send down here, and it'll work eventually. So you see, and this is what it presents via ChatGPT. Now here's my second query. Brainstorm ideas for this document. Now this is different than the one I used in the last clip. I'm going to have it, again, use ChatGPT, and it will send. And it provides us some ideas right there. Now, here's something a bit more basic that's not going to require ChatGPT, or so I think. It's how do you say thank you for your time in Japanese? Let's go ahead, hit return. And it provides an instant translation right there. Alright, here's the next query, which I think I'll have a little more trouble with because there's less context involved. Now, the response is whether or not I want to use the web or ChatGPT. So you can do either and you'll get your response properly. Here's my next query, which obviously involves more context than the last one. I think it might get, nope. Pulls it right up. Now here's my next query, which should be pretty interesting. Might provide a single source like the last one did. But let's see. So it comes from two different sources. Provides a good list of pros and cons, which is pretty interesting. Now here's my next query, which is more demanding than the other queries, which is text-based. I imagine it'll take ChatGPT involvement. See, ChatGPT involved right there. I don't know how long this will take.
So you guys find everything okay today? Yeah, thank you. How about you, sir?
And there we go. Then there is a lot more involved as well. If you want to take a look at this, then feel free to pause the video if you want to. Now here's my next query. It is to make this email translate to Spanish and make it sound professional. Let's hit return. Of course, it will involve ChatGPT, as we see down here. And who knows how long that'll take. Of course, I hope it'll be done sooner than later, and here we go. All done. Like that. The next one, while it may still involve ChatGPT, is to write a blog post about the benefits of Apple Intelligence. Let's see if it involves ChatGPT or not. It might, but we'll still see. Yep, it does. Who would have thought? And there we go. The benefits of Apple Intelligence all right here. You can pause and read that if you want to. This is not the whole thing. Again, pause and read that if you want to. Now, my next query is to take this document, summarize it, and list the key takeaways and bullet points. This will involve ChatGPT again, as seen here. Let's go ahead and see if it'll work, or how long it'll take to work. There we go, right there. So here we are in Copilot. I've actually attached a document in here, something that you can't do with Apple Intelligence-enabled Siri, which will take a screenshot of what you're trying to do, essentially. Now let's put in this query, and we instantly get a response. Okay, I've attached another document, so we can brainstorm tile ideas for this document. So we've got a lot of ideas here for this document. Instantly. Now, here is a translation quest, which I don't know if this uses Bing for it, but let's see how it does. Now, interesting, provides a polite or formal way as well as a casual way. Never thought it would do that before, because Apple Intelligence didn't do that. Now we've got a query that involves less context. Let's see how it does here. So we've got a lot of news things. You can pause and read that if you want to, whereas Apple Intelligence would actually pause and then say, you can either go to ChatGPT or you can go to the web. Here we once again have a query in Copilot. Let's see how it performs. And we instantly get responses. We get one-liner definitions, metaphorical definitions, and business-friendly definitions. Nice. Now, here is the next one. It is, of course, the one about the pros and cons of implementing a hybrid work model. Now, what I'm anticipating is, of course, I was anticipating, what was I saying? Something along these lines. I can pause and read all of that because it is pretty damn long. But it is very detailed too. I think it's honestly pretty good. So now we get the query regarding creating a presentation about the history. Quick correction there. So what I'm anticipating it'll do is create a PowerPoint about the history of AI. So here we go. So it'll need permission to search files on PC. We'll allow once. So we'll just do this for now. Pause for that if you want to. Anyway. Alright, so I didn't put an email in here, but I said translate this email into Spanish to make it sound professional. So there we go. Now here's my next query, is to write a blog about the benefits of using Copilot in Microsoft 365. Of course, that's their higher end version. That's one you pay a subscription for. Let's go ahead and see what it has to say. Now, it's going to be very detailed, so you can pause and read this if you want to. Now here we have another query. I have attached another document to it. It'll summarize that document and list the key takeaways in bullet points. Let's see what it has to say. pretty detailed for what it is. All right, so here are some takeaways from the comparison. Apple Intelligence, based on the queries that I put into it, is pretty reliant on ChatGPT, whereas Copilot, that's not the case. Copilot was actually pretty quick in its responses, even though you can actually change the response time from quick, where it just delivers a straightforward answer right away, to deep thinking, or rather think deeper, which gives it more time to think. It'll deliver a response in about like 30 seconds. And then there is another one called deep research, which will take about 3 to 6 minutes. And that's even deeper and in depth than deep thinking. So what you saw there was just the quickest response time that I'll give. So anyway, besides that, you can also attach documents in Copilot, as you saw there, with Apple Intelligence. If you want it to look at a document, it'll basically take a screenshot of it and send it to ChatGPT. And I also heard in Copilot you can create PowerPoints, Word documents, and Excel spreadsheets using Copilot. That's not something you can do currently in Apple Intelligence, unfortunately. But anyway, if you enjoyed or found this helpful, then please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next time.